Classical Latin is the Latin that was written in this very specific time period, roughly 100 BC to 180. And it reaches linguistically, it reaches a very high degree of art. And so that's when you have Virgil and Horace, Catullus. And then later, medieval or ecclesiastical Latin is the name given to Latin is used by the Catholic Church. So Latin goes all the way from several hundred years before Christ up to the present, and people wrote in Latin and discussed in Latin. So classical Latin is that kind of short time period where it reaches a high art form, and then ecclesiastical Latin is when is the Latin of the Church, right? And it has some of it's very, very beautiful. And very, very artful as well. The collects in the old Missal are clearly written by somebody who knows Latin very well, or written by somebody who knew Latin very well. And they're very artful. But there's also much it's much more simple. It's easier to read, it's more accessible, it's not so stylistic. Languages just get simplified. So one of the main ways it changes is actually it more and more approaches the structure of modern languages, right? So you have some authors like Duns Scotus who the order is English, and it's almost like he was thinking in English and then he just kind of put the words into Latin as he went. So that's the main thing. Classical Latin won't follow anything like an English order. And much of medieval Latin won't, but it gradually kind of gets closer to that. The vocabulary gets simplified. And the main thing, actually, I should have mentioned this, the main thing is the influence of the Vulgate Bible. That's the overwhelming kind of literary influence on all ecclesiastical Latin, and all Latin in the Middle Ages, all Latin afterwards. So St. Jerome translates, with the help of other people, he translates the Greek Bible, the Septuagint, into Latin, and that just kind of sets, that kind of forms all Latin after.